Hey guys, my name is Rudy, and today I'm going to be talking about mini arcade machines. Now, if you guys have followed my channel, you've seen I did the one-up videos. I have a whole series on that, on modifications and things like that. I also have the Replicade, which is about a few inches tall machines. And this year, I kind of found something new, and as far as I know on the internet, there is not a complete video of all these machines put together. So we'll go through these, starting with my newest member. So, Fragile. Must be Italian. Yes, I stole this. And please comment below if you know where I stole that from. Or maybe it's just redistribution of assets. So each one of these comes in a little deal here. Now these older ones were kind of expensive, and you can see this one is a little beat up actually. This is the Donkey Kong machine. So these come in a tiny little box. Batteries. Usually 3. And I got a little bright out here. This is probably the most expensive one. Actually, the Pac-Man was the most expensive. Now, what's really cool about these is that these guys are actually a miniature version of the real deal. I mean, you guys remember these from the arcades back in the day? I mean, very, very detailed. And that's what I really like about these products. Now, unlike the other ones, this one's not really designed to be played. So we're going to go ahead and put the batteries in. It's got a little battery over here. So we unscrew the back. What's really funny is Donkey Kong, from what I read, actually started out as a completely different type machine. It was a periscope type machine. And it didn't do so well. So Nintendo changed and made Donkey Kong and several other cabinets. The rarest of those are red cabinets, which I've never seen. I drop this, or if I roll back, it's got my own stunt show here. Now we've got a little bit of wind. I kind of really gotten into this last couple of years because the arcade history is actually fascinating for all of us growing up in the 1980s that pumped all our quarters into all these. Okay, so the 3 batteries go in here like this, and you screw in the back. So again, down to the last detail. So we'll turn this one on. We'll turn it on, I believe, by hitting sure you can see inside there. This will be machine number 1, Donkey Kong. Now the other one I got in the mail is Pac-Man. This one was insanely expensive. It retailed for like 18 bucks, and I would have to say that I paid about twice as much, if not a little bit more. Some odd reason that's the most expensive one. Now the thing about this one is that the batteries are right here. The thing that's funny about these is, unlike all the other 2 examples, both the Retrocade as well as the Arcade 1-Up, these are not actually playable. But what I found really neat about them is if you read a little bit of history on how they were made and the processes behind there and the history, I mean, it was actually pretty cool what they did to create something that people would be attracted to and dump their quarters into. So this right here would be the Pac-Man machine. This, I believe, is actually the first one that they actually created. You even got side art, the back. Everything's created to pretty accurate levels, I would think. And this is the machine like I remember. Now this one here is, I believe, one of the first ones, so it's actually just got a battery door. I'm doing this live, so it's actually kind of funny to... And this one's actually kind of neat. It's got the 3 stuff in here, so it's a little bit easier to open. So we'll go ahead and power this one on. remember growing up in Sealy, Texas, we had something called the Sealy Bowling Place, where I did most of my arcade spending. And there was a little place, I'm not sure if anybody remembers. If you guys from Sealy are listening, you can comment on my Facebook or on the YouTube version, whichever one you're watching. If you guys remember the, I think it was called Tiger Den. It was out there right by the school, and it had like served burgers and fries and hot dogs, and it had a couple arcade machines in it as well. And then also some time in the Galleria too. That's kind of where I pumped all my quarters in. So find the button that comes in. Maybe not that one. So that makes two. The other ones I have are already ready to go. This one's the Joust. If you guys seen my video on that one, also very, very detailed. And what's really cool, I mean, the bezel, everything is the way the original machine was at a fraction of the cost. And if you don't have a lot of room, like me, I mean, I would love to have a place where I could have these full size. But even the quarter size ones do take up room. Yeah, I own two of them, and that takes up lots of room. So the Joust machine. What actually surprised me was that Nintendo would actually allow their machines to be duplicated. One-Up Arcade has tried to make those and have not been very successful to even get the permission to recreate that cabinet. Next one up, the Defender. Also one of my favorites. This is kind of old school. This is going back to the early 1980s. Now these are designed for the ornaments. For me, they're a nice little spot. Again, like I said, these don't play. All they do is play some sounds. And last to my collection, the Galaga machine. I'll turn this one on as well. So one button turns everything on. And for our grand finale, welcome to the 1980s arcade. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Take care.